Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back. I'm Bob, and this is Infinite Threads, where we explore the everyday journey of living from love, even when life tries to pull us toward fear. Today's episode, 107, touches on something that challenges almost everyone. How do you love someone who seems impossible to love? How do you extend compassion to someone who's hurt others, maybe even hurt you? How do you hold your integrity, your boundaries, and your peace while still refusing to hate? We've been conditioned to think in binaries, good and evil, right and wrong, lovable and unlovable. But the truth, the real truth, is much deeper than that. What if, now just go with me here a moment, what if evil isn't real? Let's start with a radical idea. There's no such thing as evil. Not in the way that we've been taught. What we call evil is almost always the result of pain, unprocessed grief, generational trauma, fear, isolation. A child never shown love. A person never taught connection. A heart that learned to protect itself by harming others. Evil is not a force. It's a fracture, a break in the soul's ability to feel safe or seen or human. That doesn't mean we excuse harm. That doesn't mean we give everyone a free pass. But it does mean we stop believing that some people are just bad. That's a lie. That cuts off the possibility of healing. Empathy is a tool, not a weakness. If you want to love the unlovable, you have to change your question. Stop asking, how could they do that? And instead, start asking, what must it be like to live like that? What happened to them? What kind of pain twists a soul that far? When you do that, something beautiful happens. You step out of judgment, you step into compassion, and love becomes possible. It's the mindset shift that changes everything. Loving the unlovable doesn't mean liking them. It doesn't mean trusting them. It means seeing their humanity, even if it's buried under layers of damage. It means letting pity replace rage, letting sorrow replace scorn, letting empathy interrupt the desire for revenge. You don't need to justify what they've done, but you can understand what shapes them. That's how love becomes possible again. That's how you become free. When you don't love, you inherit the pain. When we refuse to love the unlovable, we keep their pain alive inside of us. Bitterness takes root. Anger simmers, and suddenly we become part of the very cycle we hoped to escape. But when we choose love, real love, unconditional love, we step off the hamster wheel of hate. We don't pass it on. We stop it with us. That's where the ripple begins, guys. There it is, the magic. And the ripple, it's real. I've seen it many times. You might never see it, but when you love someone that no one else will, you create a crack in the story. That coworker, who lashes out might soften. That stranger who felt unseen might remember your kindness. That person you forgave might pass that mercy on to someone else. And even if they don't, you change. That's a big deal. Your heart stays soft, your nervous system calms, and your life becomes lighter. I mean, let's be clear about this. You don't have to keep toxic people in your life. Loving the unlovable is not about self-sacrifice. It's about soul clarity. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away with compassion in your heart. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Real tools for loving the hardest people. Okay? Here we go. Mental reframing. Instead of saying what a monster, try what brokenness am I seeing? Use active empathy, like spend 1 minute picturing the childhood of the person you hate. Imagine what they learned, what they didn't receive. Imagine who let them down. Compassion practice, like each day name one person you struggle with and send them a silent blessing. No expectations, just may you find peace, may you heal, may you know love. Use the thread that we talk about all the time. Remember, there's a thread connecting all of us, even the worst among us. You don't need to pull it, you just need to remember that it's there. This matters more than ever, guys. Hate is loud right now. Cruelty is fashionable. Judgment is currency. But you are different. You are learning how to love anyway. Because you understand that the ones who seem most undeserving are often the ones who needed it most and got it the least. Here's a final thought. You don't need to be perfect at this. I'm not. I'm far from it. None of us are. But you can start today by asking yourself every time you're triggered, what am I getting ready to say, guys? Is this coming from a place of love? It's the thing that centers you all the time. If the answer is no, pause, recenter, shift. Because loving the unlovable isn't just about them. It's about who you become when you refuse to lose your soul to someone else's brokenness. Think about it that way. That is how you change the world. Not with grand gestures, but with a heart that won't stop loving, even in the dark. Thank you guys very much for listening to Infinite Threads. Let this be your reminder that the ones who need love the most often ask for it in the worst ways. You are allowed to set boundaries, but don't close your heart. Because love that sees the pain behind the cruelty is love that heals the world. And the world needs it, guys. Until next time, walk gently and love boldly. I love you all very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye.